Blade Method Mindset, episode 26, with Corey Allen and me, Chris Trainer. Hello, Corey.
Hello, Chris.
Excited for number 26?
Number 26.
We had my mom on the show last time, and I had a huge response, Mom, from people who really enjoyed hearing about you. And the one thing they said was they wish you would have talked more and told more of your story because you were so interesting. So,
yeah, Mom, back. It was good to have you on.
Yeah.
She's always my biggest fan. Probably like second. Probably your biggest fan. But I might be a close second.
Yeah, it's like me, you, then my other brother.
Yeah. That's a win. I'll take that.
Yeah. That's not true, Connor.
Just kidding. Close third. I'll take third. Yeah. Like a third son.
Yeah.
So, sweet, man. Well, how you been?
Excellent.
We been good?
Yeah.
You got, I don't know. People.
Pretty busy week.
Yeah. People can't see this right now, but there's, it looks like Amazon is having their warehouse here in the Trainer household. There's boxes everywhere in preparation and bags and gifts and baby things for baby Trainer. So
yeah, it's been overwhelmingly, insanely generous and, there's no words that could come out on the podcast, but just so many people. Tara put on that amazing baby shower for Claire, and there was like 60 to 80 women there or whatever, which is just nuts. And the people that couldn't come have been sending gifts. And like early on in the pregnancy, people would send things and I put them on my story. But like now that's absolutely impossible because I don't want to leave anyone out. But there's so much stuff. I mean, yeah, this isn't being videoed, but
there's stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't feel like any child has ever had this much stuff before she's born. So she is definitely going to be well off in the baby department, which is awesome.
Which is just a beautiful thing, and we're so incredibly grateful for our community and everyone that's not only said beautiful things to us, but for all the generous gifts. It's just awesome, and we're super thankful for it. So you know who you are out there, and the diapers are awesome.
Well,
lots of diapers.
Lots of diapers. Well, speaking of the community, so we have now moved into our very first corporate account starting this week, right? Monday is the first day for CrossFit Blade's new corporate adventure, I guess we call it.
Yeah, Blade Method Fitness.
So how did let's kind of talk about that. I think that a lot of people at the gym have been asking about it. They've kind of seen on your story and bits and pieces and stuff like that. So what is it? How did it come about? Kind of how did it start? Is it something you always had thought of, always wanted to do, or?
Yeah, so we've been trying to break into the corporate space for well over a year now. It's been something that we've been in our goals, when you plot out the goals, and we didn't know exactly how that was going to happen. The guy that we're in contact with, his name's Chad. He's kind of the head of the fitness in California, and he'd come to Arizona and was able to do some things with them, run some classes, but really needed someone here to take over that ship. And every time he'd come into town, he'd drop into Blade, and this was for the past few years. We'd known Chad, and you and Tara went to the Albertson Safeway Health Fair and met Chad.
Yep.
And that's where the conversation started.
Yeah, he told us that he had outfitted a gym there and want to see it, and we're like, sure. And so checked it out, and then I guess it kind of snowballed from there and went into now we're running classes there for their employees, right?
Exactly, yeah. I wish it was a snowball. Yeah. We didn't really just roll a snowball and have it happen. Tara is phenomenal at the planning aspect, putting her and Chad working together to put together our corporate package and what that was going to look like. We'd have meetings on what that was going to look like as far as us being able to have coaches there, pay coaches, and be successful, and then at the same time make it affordable for them because we really don't have any overhead. So things like that had to be worked out, and over the past several months, and putting a package together for corporate America to look at and be happy with. Tara did a great job with that, and then Chad is awesome. He works really well. He's done tons of advertising for us and email blasts and really worked to get people in the door this week. And so over the past several months, that's the stuff that was happening behind the scenes. It became best in everyone's interest that we're going to open up a location there. So it's basically a third location of Blade Method. And they're all going to have their own Wi-Fi membership. We're just going there to coach them, as opposed to them coming to one of our gyms. So,
right. So then they outfitted it's at their corporate building, right? They kind of outfitted a facility.
Yeah, it's manageable. You know, it's about 2,000 square feet, and there's some cardio machines up front that take up a lot of room that we don't really utilize. But there's some cool stuff in there, like some sandbags and slam balls and ab mats and jump ropes. You know, and tons of dumbbells, which is really good, kettlebells. So we won't be doing a lot of barbell work or high skill gymnastics. It's a completely demographic than people that are walking into a CrossFit gym for the first time,
right,
and looking and knowing they're going to do CrossFit. The cool thing and the exciting thing for me about this opportunity is that we're going to be saving people's lives. When you walk through the hallways in a big corporation like that, it's pretty scary. You know, the people desperately need us in their lives. They're walking around with 64-ounce sodas, and some of them can't take the steps. They huddle around the elevator. I don't want to speak down about these people. You know, they're doing the best they can, but they just don't really know about fitness and what it means. You know, they're at their cubicle for 8 hours a day, and that's it. And so we're trying to break that trend and get into this corporation with 1,400 employees in Arizona that, you know, if we can even affect 10% of them,
it would be a win.
Yeah, we can change the world, their world at least.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. I mean, I think that we spend almost our entire day at CrossFit Blade or with people from CrossFit Blade or from different CrossFit communities. So we don't see as much of what everything else looks like in the world, you know, like the different, and it's crazy to see like how unhealthy our world is and our country is and even our state is. I mean, it's nuts that people have to are like that and don't really know any better or how to fix it. And I'm sure it's going to be good just to at least have that outlet for them. If they choose to use it, I mean, like you said, it's going to change their lives. So
yeah, and we're going to do the same thing that we always do. We're going to coach our butts off, give them the best hour of their day, and they're going to tell their friends. Yeah. And one friend will tell another friend. And the thing about the corporate, you might think they're friends, but there's people that work across two cubicles from each other for 10 years and never speak to each other. Right? We want to break that, you know, and those people could hit off and become lifelong friends because of what they're going to do downstairs in the gym. So it's exciting. We're pumped up about it.
How are the first couple? You've had what, three classes
day today?
Yeah.
So there's 3 classes a day: Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's fun. Yeah. You know, it's always fun doing something new, getting in there and really getting to, just get on fire, light people on fire. It's a good time, and you know, obviously, I'm spread thin, you know, and so we're going to have to find someone to be there mainly the most of the time. And we want to get Gerald out of his other job, and he's looking to become full-time with Blade Method. So that could be a good outlet for him to be able to take that over. So obviously we're going to be in there and get it going and launch it. But in time, you know, and we'll get you in there and your dad and anyone else that wants to be involved. And we have some other corporate opportunities that could come up from it. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, this is exciting.
Yeah.
Exciting for the future.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, today what we're going to talk about is, I hate the word mistake, but I'm going to say top 5 fitness mistakes. And this is kind of like a global sense. So I could write 10 different top 5 fitness mistakes, for different things. This is kind of like a 5 that affects 4, that affects 3, that affects 2, and then finally the number 1. And I'm not going to harp on it being mistakes. I want to turn that and kind of just give it as 5 things that are key to making your fitness journey successful. And there's going to be some things in here that people are really good at, but if they can tie all 5 of them together, they'll see this lifelong journey going on.
Sweet. Let's hear it.
So this is for kind of the new people entering the world, but really for anybody. When you go to the CrossFit gym, Blade Method, you got to make a friend. So the biggest mistake people make is that they go in and they're reclusive, or they could be reclusive, meaning they're not open to sharing their life with the people that they're working out at. And in our box, in our tribe, that doesn't really work.
No.
You know, everyone is willing to bring you in, and some people are really good at pulling you in and introducing themselves and kind of forcing you into that avenue. Depends on what class you're at, but sometimes maybe you've got to be a little bit more proactive and go out there and make a friend. You know, if you make a friend, then you become a small crew, and this little mini crew can help hold each other accountable.
It's easy to fall off if no one's telling you to come in, right? Like,
exactly.
You don't have your buddies you want to come hang out with. You want, like, people that you enjoy spending time with. You want to go to the gym because you want to go see them also, not just because you want to go work out.
Exactly. And that can turn into this little mini tribe.
Yeah.
You know, not a clique, not someone that's exclusive of other groups, just the people that are going to arrange their schedules around yours and you around theirs so that you don't let each other down. And when you go to the gym together, it's that much more fun.
Yeah.
So having one person is crucial. 2 or 3 is super strong. And then when you can be a group of 10 people, you know, and you know no matter what, you're going to have someone there and be able to say, hey, you want to be my partner? Hey, you going to 3:30 class today? You can reach out to any one of them, it doesn't happen right away. You got to get that one friend right away, but then over time, you'll become a part of this little mini tribe, and you guys are just going to rock it all together.
Yeah, definitely. Always have someone that's going to hold you there and that you're going to want to go see, that you can lean on, that you can talk about, you know, the gym with outside the gym and have conversations with, to make sure that you're getting back in there all the time to see them.
Exactly. And sharing each other's wins together.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the first step. So that could be a mistake if you allow that not to happen. Don't be reclusive. Be open. Allow the coach to introduce you to people. Introduce yourself to people and make a friend. Off the bat, turn that one friend into a few friends, and then you'll have a little mini tribe that you'll rock the world with.
Yeah, do your best to not, come in 3 minutes before class starts, leave 3 minutes after class ends. Kind of stay off in the corner, like do your best, get in there a little early, chat it up with some people, hang out after, do the mobility that you're supposed to be doing with people, and then it'll be a lot easier to make that friendship and that connection.
Exactly. And that's what we see the most successful people doing. And so what that number 5 will lead into is inconsistency. If you're inconsistent in the gym, especially in our model, you're not going to make it, straight up.
Right.
You have to be consistent. So that's the inverse of that. Don't want to be negative of harping on inconsistency. Be consistent. One of the biggest reasons people get off track is because they lack a consistent schedule. They let life and external factors influence their gym time instead of making it no questions asked priority of the day. So aside from your tribe, you're the one in control of walking through the door. Your tribe can text you and they can do their best, but you've got to make this decision to not let those people down and then walk through the door.
Right.
So
yeah, get into the gym. Make it a habit. Find out whatever you need to do in your schedule that's going to be your time that you go to the gym, and it's a non-factor. You have to get in there. You're never going to feel bad about it. You always have to make sure you're going, because it's easy when you've gone one time that week. Oh, I'll just missed one time. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you go 5 days a week all the time and you miss a day, you're definitely going to feel that missing the day. Like, I should have been there today. Yeah, exactly. But
there's sometimes
it's
unavoidable.
Yeah.
Sometimes life gets in the way and you got to miss the gym, but guess what? You're going to come and make it up on Saturday.
Yeah, but if you go 3 times 1 week and 1 time 1 week and then 2 times the next week, it's so much easier to just let it slip as well. I only go once. I only went twice. Like, like, really, what's the
it's
point
not
of me
going to
going?
work.
Exactly.
You're going to become frustrated with your lack of development, and we'll be writing you that, hey, haven't seen you in a while. Okay, we'll cancel your membership.
Yeah, exactly. Which we don't want to do.
Don't want to do. Yeah. And so there's that great meme out there that, is probably on Instagram, but it's, I really regret that workout. Said no one ever.
Yeah, exactly.
There's times when you're going to be up against the barrel at work. You're going to be, it's actually looking down the barrel.
Up against the wall.
I almost got that one right. Yeah. Looking down the barrel at work, there are going to be pressures. Your kids have soccer practice. There's going to be things that are going to stress you out, that they're going to make you say, oh, I can just skip the gym. And it would be easier to do that. You might be able to go, but you think, and this happens to us, this doesn't happen to just people that are under a year in CrossFit. This happens to people that have been fitnessing for a dozen plus years. Everyone has these thoughts. Everyone has, oh, I could just skip my workout today. But guess what? You decide not to. You get in there and you do the workout, and you're like, I'm so
happy I
glad
just got it done. Yeah.
I did that because I feel better. And all those stresses that I had beforehand have they've gone away a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, if you can get into the gym and you have that time, then you need to make it that priority of the day, make it the best hour of your day. And so I've got a little stat right here that I typed out.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
So we talk about you'll never leave the gym disappointed. All you need is 5 to 6 hours of the week for yourself. 5 times a week, 6 times a week, call it 5 times a week, and then another hour of pre and post time to hang out with your tribe.
There you go.
So 6 hours a week. So there's 168 hours in a week from Sunday to Sunday. Is it Sunday to Sunday? I think Sunday to Monday. Or Monday to Sunday.
Monday to Sunday?
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah. I know that 24 times 7 is 168. So there's 7 days in a week, and there's 24 hours a day. It's 168 hours.
Regardless of the saying, this is the amount of hours that are there.
So 40 of those hours are at work. I've knocked those off.
Right.
Some people work longer than that. Some people work less than that. But 40 hours, that's a standard work week. All right. I've never only worked 40 hours a week, but apparently people do that. Like at Safeway.
Yeah.
And you're getting 56 hours of sleep. So I've given everyone 8 hours of sleep there.
Which has a big leeway for a lot of people.
Yeah. So that's, if everyone's getting 8 hours of sleep a night, that's 56 hours, which is a huge deal.
Yeah.
So 40 hours at work, 56 hours of sleep. That leaves you 72 hours with everything else. We only need 6.
Yeah. 6 of them.
6 hours.
It sounds so simple when you put it that way, and it should be.
Yeah.
Like
it sounds simple, and then they're like, what about my kid's soccer practice? Okay, so, 2 kids' sports, 3 to 4 times a week. They call that 12 to 16 hours that you got to take your kids to sport. Okay, well, we've still got 60 hours to get into the gym. So what we're finding out here is that there is time.
And we know you're not sleeping 8 hours, so cut an hour each a day, and then there's your hour at the gym to make up. Boom.
Hopefully they are sleeping 8 hours.
But
that's the goal.
Not the truth.
8 to 9 hours, even if you can afford it. You'll live longer.
Yep.
Why not do it if you can? Unless you work for me. All right. So this is it's not a simple answer, but number 3. So we've got the make a friend, which will keep you more consistent. And number 3 is consistency can be limited if you use injuries. So injuries for an excuse not to work out is the number 3. You got to work out anyway.
Right.
So you can't be consistent if you have something happen, whether that's stepping off a curb and rolling your ankle, or you got too hyped and went through the muscle up rings, or whatever happens to you. If you get dinged up or out for a surgery and you got something going on with your body, we, Blade Method coaches, will do whatever we can to get you a workout if you walk through our doors. And sometimes there's a 20-person class and it's busy in there, and people will think, well, I don't want to be a burden. You're a burden if you don't come. Yeah. Because we're thinking about you.
It's our job. That's part of our job as a coach, is to know what to do if someone comes in who can't do a certain movement. It's part of the job description. So it's nothing out of the normal, out of the new. It's what we do every single day, what we're capable of doing every day. So it's absolutely not a burden, not an issue, not a problem. Just come up, ask for some help.
And it's not like the coach is going to stand there and coddle and only pay attention to you. What's going to happen is they're going to do the warm-up. They're going to do the whiteboard. They're going to go over everything. They're going to get everyone situated. And then, boom, they're going to get you on your workout. Yeah. And you're going to be feeling like, oh, are they going to get to me? Am I a burden? Don't feel that way. The coach knows you're there. They're going to get to you. They've got a mission at hand, and they've got to make sure that the class goes off without a hitch. And it might not seem that they're knowing that they're going to get to you, but boom, no one ever comes in and doesn't get their workout. And even if it's something completely different, someone will think, well, I'm not doing what the rest of the class is doing. What's the point?
Right.
The point is you're getting your heart rate up.
Yeah.
You're going to tax your good muscles that you can use, and you're going to get fitter. Exactly. So getting your heart rate up, circulating blood through the body, which is one of my keys to life, circulating oxygen and blood through the body. Taxing your muscles means breaking down muscle tissue so that they can grow back harder and stronger, which increases your metabolic rate. So you're getting your cardio in, you're getting your physical, your resistance training in, and whether it's what everyone's doing or not, you're getting a workout in.
Exactly. Which would be 1,000 times better than the alternative of sitting at home and doing nothing. Come in and work out.
Exactly, because you not only stay fit during the injury or surgery, post whatever it is, but it's going to make it when you're healthy and 100% that much easier to come back.
Yeah, exactly.
People fall off so much during these downtimes, these injuries, is because they stop working out completely and then they come back and they're not who they were. And they're like, I can't mentally do this. I can't mentally get myself to be the person I am today. I'm going to just not do it.
Yeah.
There's and nothing, I know, go.
It's not. I was gonna say there's nothing worse. It's not the saying that should have been. But yeah, when someone comes back from when they had an injury, something that they could have 100% come in and been able to do something for the month that they were, dinged up or hurt, but they come back after a month and they're 4 minutes into a workout and they're like, oh man, like I'm so out of shape. I can't do this anymore. It's like, well, yeah, you haven't done anything in a month. If you would have come in, we would have been, you could have avoided 95% of this.
Exactly.
We would have been, maybe you weren't able to squat, so your legs aren't going to be as strong, but you would still not be curled over because you can't breathe because your heart rate hasn't been up in a month.
Exactly.
It
takes 2 days to get unfit.
Yeah, exactly. Get out.
So a month is going to be, a heck of a chore, but sometimes, when I've talked about this before, but when I broke my wrist in 2012, I wanted to work out so bad.
Yeah.
And I was doing everything I could without my arm to work out. The pins that were holding my wrist together, I was feeling an insane sharp pain, and I went into the surgeon, and he cut my cast off, and the pins were sticking out of my wrist, and my skin was an inch up off my arm, and he had to push them physically back into place, and told me if I did that, if I was going on doing what I continued to do while my wrist was healing, then I was never going to be able to use my wrist again.
Yeah.
So
backed it down.
Backed it off a little bit. Didn't stop working out, but backed it off a little bit because I had that desire. Now, if you don't have that desire, it's going to take a little bit of more gusto to come in and get it done. But same with Vicky. Victoria, she had just had a wrist surgery. Mm-hmm. She went, she wasn't out as long as I was, but as soon as she's able, she's back in the gym 5 days a week.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. I commend her for that because she's going through it right now. She's not as strong as she was. She had her pull-up. She's just trying to get her pull-up back. Her weightlifting was getting really strong. She's using really light weights. And she's going to be going through that for a while. But guess what? She's in there. She's back with her tribe, and she's doing it.
And even when, before she had her surgery, when it was just kind of in the process before she went in, it was, all right, well, we can still use your legs. So
we kept going. She squatted forever.
Every day.
You got super strong legs.
Yeah, her legs got super strong from that. But your wrist can't move. All right, well, we can still back squat. So come in. We can still do a single arm kettlebell swing. You can run. You can get on the tree form. You can get on the assault bike. There are so many options that we can do for you that there's nothing that says you cannot come in.
Exactly. And even if it's a permanent thing, you're not going to come back from this injury. It's something that's going to be permanent, then guess what? Look at Amy.
I was just going to say.
She just qualified for the Wheelwalk Games.
The biggest
she's an Olympic
example,
athlete.
Yeah, the biggest example ever would be that. Easily you could say, oh, well, I can't do anything anymore. Like that, obviously, my neck is broke. You know, I have to be in a wheelchair. I can't work out anymore. But that's definitely not the truth, because Amy comes in and works out every single day. Exactly. And has no issue doing it.
Yep. And goes ham.
That she does.
So do not let your injury take away from your consistency, because your tribe's going to miss you.
Exactly.
You know, and they should be doing their best to hold you accountable to get you in there. So we're all building up. All of them are leading together. And this is where that idea that you're not who you were, or that you're not doing something that someone else is doing, is comparison is the thief of joy, is number 2. If you compare yourself to other people on a negative basis daily, you're gonna wear yourself out to a point that you're probably gonna stop working out.
Yeah.
Now I'm talking about people that look at that whiteboard and they say, I should be better. I can't. That person, how'd they do that? Blah blah blah. And they're feeding negativity into their mind on a daily basis. And it doesn't have to just be the whiteboard. They could be watching people in class. They could be watching people on Instagram, just comparing themselves in an unrealistic way to other people that has nothing to do with their own journey.
Right.
Competition is good and healthy. It's great for reaching your full potential, but there's a fine line between friendly competition with peers of the same ability level and constantly comparing yourself to others. They're on a completely different path. And, you know, if I'm comparing myself to you, and we're buddies and we're working out and you get some, I get some, that's great.
Yeah.
That's good competition. That's healthy. But if you're in the 5 a.m. class and you're looking at someone at 4:30 that you've never met, or maybe you know who they are or whatever, and they're 26 years old and you're 46 years old, and
exactly.
They were a college athlete or whatever that is, why?
That's not healthy.
That's not. You need to be finding your buddy that's kind of the same ability level as you, that's been doing CrossFit for the same amount of time as you, and then you can have a little bit of friendly competition that's ultimately going to get you better and make you fitter, living your best life. But this unrealistic stuff, watching Matt Fraser on Instagram. If I was to watch Matt Fraser on Instagram and be like,
why can't I be?
I can't front squat 450 and do Fran in a minute and a half, and no,
that's negative energy. That doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to happen.
Yeah, exactly. And so instead of seeing someone else's score and thinking that it somehow diminishes what you're doing, try celebrating that person and saying to yourself, "That's what I'm working for. Yeah. I'd like to be able to do that one day," and being proud of those people. And telling them, hey, you're my inspiration. Yeah. Take the negativity out of it. You have to celebrate what you're doing. And at the same time, you have to celebrate what others are doing, because you never know what their story is. That person could have lost their job or have a sick kid, going through a divorce. And that time in the hour that they're at the gym is the best hour of their day, and they kicked butt and they did a really good job. But a lot of other things in their life aren't happening, right, the way that you want. And maybe everything in your life is going good, but
just that
you're just
1 hour
not as fit as you want to be.
As you want to be, yeah.
And so go up to that person and say, hey, that's inspirational.
You did a great job.
That's awesome. High five them and say, I want to be like you. And don't make it weird. That could be weird, but just form positivity from it.
Definitely.
And say, hey. If I could be if I could do pull-ups like that one day, I'd be really happy.
Yeah, exactly.
Something like that.
Don't make it a negative. You're so good and I'm not, and it's I don't even like watching you because you're good. That's the worst. You
don't
never want,
say that.
Don't say stuff that's the worst when you hear someone's oh well. Yeah, that workout was easy for you. In the open, when people talk about open workouts and, if there's a thruster pull-up workout and we're excited about it because I like those two movements, and then someone says, oh, well, yeah, but it's just easy for you and it's hard and I don't like it. It's
said that about me all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
You're at workout 3, you're like, oh, softball, Chris, no problem.
Yeah, but that's good. I'm excited for you to do it, though. I don't do the workout and then go, oh, well, it's just stupid because Chris can do it because he's good at handstand push-ups and I don't care, but it shouldn't be that way. It's dude, yeah, that's good. He's gonna crush that. It should be a excited thing. You shouldn't have the negativity towards other people because they're doing better at that certain movement at that certain time of their life in that day.
Yeah, and just going back to what their story is, guess what? They may be way fitter than you, and they may have fitness that you desire, but you telling them that they were your inspiration because they have so many other things going on in their life that aren't great could change their life.
Yeah.
And you, this person that you think, oh, you're not as good as that person, you saying those little bit of encouraging things to them could completely turn their day around or even their week or life around. So just foster the culture of positivity and cheering each other on. And don't compare yourself to others, because comparison is the ultimate thief of joy.
For sure.
Yeah, and so that kind of leads into the final one of, if fitness isn't a lifestyle for you, it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
The thing that we do, the thing that we teach people isn't going to work out for you. If it's not important enough to you to carry into other aspects of your life besides the 1 hour a day that you're in the gym, over time, I'm not saying you won't be around for a year, 2 years, 3 years. I'm talking about that 25-year journey, so that when you're 55, 60 years old, you're running circles around 25-year-olds looking good.
Yeah.
Feeling good. You're not on medication. You're, living your best life when you can afford to do so.
Right.
When you have a little bit extra time to travel the world, guess what? It's not going to be a problem.
Yeah.
That kind of journey. In order for that to happen, number one, you got to make it a lifestyle. The person you want to be didn't get there by accident.
Yeah.
No one that you see and aspire to be is just walking around like some genetic cyborg that came out of the womb. The super fit person with all of it put together is just the person that decided easy would no longer suffice. Just like there are 72 hours to get to the gym in the week, after the 6 hours at the gym, you have 66 plus hours and the 40-hour work week, so 106 hours to screw it all up.
Right.
So you get in the gym 6 hours a week, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. 106 hours outside of the gym where you're awake, including your 40-hour work week, where
you have a chance
there's a lot of things in your life, if your lifestyle is not on point, so it can screw up your journey.
Yeah, and that's, I look at that as a lot of people, I've heard a lot of people talk about my dad, and he's just got good genes. That may be. He does have good, he's got an athletic background, but he's also made fitness a priority in his life for the past 20 years. Mm-hmm. He was out
15.
of shape. Well, I started around at least 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, 18 years.
Okay, so
not CrossFit, but fit.
But his triathlete.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is, I said 15. 18 is even greater, because if you look at the pictures of him in his early 30s.
Yeah, exactly.
When his head wouldn't fit in his license plate, his license photo.
Exactly.
And he had a big old beer belly.
Exactly.
That's in his early 30s, and he's 50 with an 8-pack now.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
And it didn't happen overnight. He didn't decide that, and he didn't give it an hour a day, and all he did is work out and not care about his fitness or his lifestyle or his health all the other hours he has in a day. He made a decision that he was going to be a healthy human being 15, 18 years ago, and that's what's paid off all around. When he started, he didn't look like he does now, but he cleaned up his eating. He started doing triathlons. He moved around every day. He started working out. Those are
And when he got in the gym, he couldn't do a strict pull-up.
Yeah, exactly.
When Lon Allen, one of the top 10, 50 plus fittest men in the world, hopefully.
Yep. Some wood.
He couldn't do a strict pull-up when he started CrossFit.
Couldn't do a strict pull-up. Couldn't do a front squat. Couldn't do a thruster.
But the lifestyle over the past 6 years since that happened, 8 years since that happened, now look at him.
Yeah.
Because of the lifestyle, and that means that he takes it outside of the gym.
Definitely.
So the 106 hours that you have, super important that you're getting your nutrition on point. You're getting a nutrition coach. Everyone, the biggest mistake you can make there is listening to the 15 different companies on Instagram, the Shape magazine, what Oprah has to say, what the sports talk radio guy has to say. Find something that works for you, find a coach, and do it every day.
Find someone
5
who knows
days a
you,
week.
who you can actually sit there and have a conversation with and show, okay, well, this hasn't been working. Why is that? You can't get that
and we have nutrition coaches that can do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then get your sleep. hopefully 8 hours a night.
Hopefully
If it's not, hopefully it's at least 6, because what we've seen is, under 6 hours of sleep is where real metabolic diseases start to form: hypertension, heart disease. Your blood sugar doesn't regulate correctly when you're getting under 6 hours of sleep. Getting those 2 full sleep cycles in, major health problems can result from not having that, but also 6 hours 6 to 8 hours is where your body will really go into that bonus recovery, burn the fat, start producing all the good hormones that keep you young and vital. So get that minimum of 6 hours of sleep, and then hopefully up to 8 or 9 hours of sleep, and stay hydrated. Wake up in the morning, chug water, do it every single day. 24 ounces of water. Be proactive about your hydration. Come up 5 to 10 minutes before the workout, hop on a bike, foam roll for 5 minutes, stay 5 minutes to 10 minutes after the workout, grab out a green band, floss your hammies, hips, and shoulders.
And talk to people.
And form your tribe. Begin to, create this lifestyle of yourself, that you are creating a human being. I've created a human being that at 19 years old, when I was thinking about getting into fitness and making that decision, is a far, far worse fit, out of shape. The 19-year-old Chris Trainer is nowhere near, mentally, physically, anyone that is the 35-year-old Chris Trainer. It's not even comparable. The only thing that's the same is, my DNA. And it's because I made a decision to create that person. And I've said it before. It started with blending diet soda with regular soda. It's drinking 3 to 4 sodas a day. I'm not going to do that anymore. I might drink 3 or 4 a day, but half of them are going to be diet soda. Sodas. Half of them are going to be regular soda. And then the diet soda. And then the no soda. And it was a decision that was made. So that's the thing. Yeah. It's got to be a lifestyle.
You got to make the decision for it. And that's the thing. Like the same thing with finding your tribe and getting in there. Especially, I can't talk to other communities because I've only been in Blades for the most part. But there's never something that can't be found at CrossFit Blade. If you make friends, if you get in that tribe, you can ask for anything that you need inside or outside of the gym, and somebody will be there to help you. Mm-hmm. And that's because they want you to stay around. They want you to be a part of the community. They want to help you with your maintenance at your home that needs to be fixed, or that your kids are going to a different school and you want to know which school is the best, or which soccer program everyone's going to, or who does daycare and everything like that. The community will find any answer for you, and that just keeps you embedded in it, and it wants to make you hang around because now your kids hang out with their kids, and you hang out with their parents, and you guys hang out together on Sundays, and you go watch games together. It just becomes this revolving circle of these are just the people that you spend your time with, so why wouldn't you go to the gym? You're not going to miss this time to spend with them and only go see them on Sunday because they're going to ask you, where have you been for the past week?
Exactly. And we find that, if you've been at Blade for 3+ years, the only people you really hang out with are people from Blade. Yeah. And that's when we do these challenges to try to grow our membership, get new people in the doors. We rely on our 1 and 2 year members because they still have contacts. Yeah, because
they still have friends
of the outside world. Our 3, 4, 5, 6 year members. Yeah. Well,
they don't really know
they love us and care about our gym, but
they don't know anybody.
They don't know a lot of people, and the people they have, they tried. And
exactly.
So, that which is great. We want best friends with each other and hanging out with people from the gym, and it's that is what we want. And who cares if you can't refer anyone? That means you're embedded.
Yeah, exactly.
So to recap, and again, I don't like the top 5 mistakes, so I'm going to turn them into the top 5 global advice. Remember, guys, these could be several different things, but this is kind of like global fitness. The things that have to happen, not eat 3 times a day or whatever.
Yeah.
These aren't micro, this is macro. Okay, so make a friend or 10. Create one friend that's going to turn into a mini tribe, and those people are going to hold you accountable, and they're going to keep you consistent. Number 4, be consistent. Do whatever you can to get in the gym for that 1 hour a day. Make it the best hour of your day, and take the priority for yourself because you deserve it and you need it to live your best life. which will translate into number 3, which is don't let injury take away from your consistency. If you're injured or going through something to where you have to modify a workout, come in the gym. Coach Corey, Coach Gerald, Coach Baca, Coach Tara, Coach Claire, Coach Ben, Coach Gage, Coach me will all, did I say you? Coach Corey,
yes,
will all
first.
make a workout for you. It's what our heart's desire is. So come in and we'll do it. You're not a burden. We want you in the gym. Which is number 2, just because you can't do something, don't compare yourself to others. Comparison is the thief of joy. And if you have friendly, healthy relationships that you can be competitive in, that will propel you forward. If you have negative, dysfunctional relationships that you compare yourself to unrealistic expectations, that'll kick you backwards. So do not compare yourself unrealistically to other people. And then the last thing, got to make it a lifestyle in your nutrition, in the way you show up and warm up, cool down, the way you hydrate, the way you sleep, who you hang out with. And if you make fitness a lifestyle, you'll be there for 10, 15, 20 years, and nothing in this life can hold you back. You'll be rocking that, 60-year-old running a 7-minute mile, clean and jerking your body weight, and being able to go on European vacations and travel the world with no assistance, not having to carry around 9 to 10 medications on a cruise ship, and having to check in with the doctor every day, and all those things that we see 90% of America having to do. You can be the better one. So guys, take these 5 things, write them down, live by them, and hopefully this helped you out. And you guys can take it in and start making some major changes.
If you need help with any of them, reach out. Ask us, ask a friend, ask somebody.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we really appreciate you listening, and you guys will not be able to see this episode on YouTube, but that's okay. You can hear us on SoundCloud and iTunes, and don't forget about that Blade Method Mindset t-shirt coming up soon so we can support the show. And you got anything else, Corey?
Nope, I think that's about it. Thanks for all, thanks for everything, guys, and questions, comments, concerns, like always, feel free to reach out, Corey at CrossFitBlade.com. You got anything that you want to hear about on one of the next episodes, guests you'd like to hear, anything like that, reach out and we'll try to filter through them.
Got to get back to corporate fitness, 3 o'clock class.
Gotta go.
See you guys.